Kicking off the dust, brother.
Woo!
Can we legally play anything that's got Fishers on now that he's one of the top? Well, he's always top 50, right?
Top 50 what?
Voice guy. I mean, just guys.
Yeah, I think he's top 50 humans
yeah.
in the world. And then top 25 voices in the world.
Have we started?
No.
Okay.
Live on tape from Production Room 6, it's the John Jay and Rich BTS podcast with Joey and Grant.
Welcome to the John Jay and Rich Behind the Scenes podcast at JJR BTS with Joey and Grant. I'm Joey Bradfish, and that is Grant Inman.
What's
right
up?
there.
Yeah, and I'm sitting across from Hot Dog Joey Bradfish. He's at Joey Bradfish on all the social medias. I am at Pomo and Kitsch. We've got a lot of podcasts here. We've got what's your new one?
I don't have a new one.
Dill Pickle Quarterly with Joey Bradfish.
It's called Pickle Bitch.
Torta Tuesday with Joey Bradfish, where he breaks down.
That would be a great.
That's a smart one.
Yeah.
You can check out my podcast, My Funeral Home Stories, How to Become a Terrible Person, wherever you listen to podcasts. And just if you're listening to this JJR BTS podcast, we don't really understand how the advertising works because we're not really involved with the advertising of this podcast.
Yeah.
So you may hear Rich Barra or John J. Van Ness or one of those just random spots for shutters and blinds or something like that.
Yeah.
Just know we are cashing those checks.
No. We are definitely not. We can't start out complaining about
No, but I'm just
advertising.
saying, if you hear advertising that just interrupts us in the middle of a spot or talking about something, that's what's going on. It's weird. There's some weird issues, but we're not too concerned about it.
No, I mean, listen, we haven't done one of these in a long time. It's not like when we did this before we did the big comeback.
The big comeback.
A few months ago, we made it like a job.
Yeah, we did.
Every week, I was a stickler about it. I was very adamant that
Stifler. You were a stifler.
I was a stifler, yes. We had to do it every week. We had to have this in it. We had to have that in it. We had to sell it. And then it just got to be too much. Now we just do what we want to do.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time for both of us.
Do you know why I decided? Because I came in on Monday. I said, hey, do you want to do a JJR BTS?
Yeah, you were like, hey, dog. Hey, big dog. Big G dog. I mean, that's how we refer to each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's natural.
JB and the big dog. No, you said early in the week, you said, hey, I think I got something for the JJR BTS podcast. I said,
I mean, I don't know if I really have anything, but the reason I decided I wanted to do it because pretty much every Friday, I think we're going to do one, and then I'm just too tired, and you're too tired, and we just go home. But
it's tough.
Over the weekend, I was hanging out with my friend Rich, not Rich Barra, Rich Maurer.
Mitch
McConnell.
Mitch Rauer.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, cool.
Rich Barra, Rich Maurer.
Wow.
Big birthday at Topgolf. He's one of my good friends, and the first thing he said to me was, hey, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to ask you, why hasn't there been a podcast? Not a, hey, nice to see you. You know, I was in your wedding, you were in my wedding.
Whoa.
He was adamant about why hasn't there been a JJR BTS. So it was his birthday a couple days ago.
So you did one for him live?
No.
You gave him a solo episode?
This is his present right here.
Oh,
you
cool.
and I.
So what's this guy's name? Rich
Maurer.
I saw he was at your wedding. He was in your wedding, so
Yeah.
I met Rich.
He's like 28 feet tall.
Okay. I don't remember. Was he in your wedding party?
He was.
I don't remember Rich.
That's okay.
Well, I'm sure. I've met him, though, right?
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Happy birthday, Rich.
Yeah.
Is it his birthday?
I think his birthday was on Tuesday, but he died yesterday.
R.I.P.
So,
Rich. This is the tribute episode to Rich.
Yeah, it was going to be a birthday episode. Now it's a tribute episode. So rest in peace.
Birthday/tribute to Rich Maurer?
Maurer.
What's
you know what? I don't even know if that's right. It's Mourer.
M-O-U.
Maurer.
Hey, we got to fix your name, Rich. That's A1. We got to get you a good nickname.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take some time. So so Rich, he likes the podcast and you guys
He
are friends.
loves the podcast.
What parts of the podcast does he like? Maybe we can give him some of that. Maybe we can give him some greatest hits.
I think he only likes when I'm talking. So,
Fair.
so
Dude.
I think you're gonna have to. I think you're gonna have to leave the room.
This is
no. I don't know. He just likes listening.
you know, you said I would think that if Rich likes what the JJR BTS podcast, he's gonna like. Or can we talk about what we were just talking about in the other room?
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about motivation, JB?
Let's do it.
Are you motivated in your life?
Yes.
And do you find
Somewhat.
do you find yourself looking for more motivation? I've got a pitch for you. That's why I'm bringing this up.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess I could use some motivation.
Oh, cool. Well, you should get on Instagram because apparently everyone on Instagram thinks they're a motivational / life coach.
Is that right?
Yeah, including me.
You don't have a life coach?
No, I don't. Do you have a life coach?
No.
No. Well, who is hiring these people? That's my question. I think a life coach, it's great, right? Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
But also reading a book, they just found out something that you don't know about and they're telling you to do it, right?
Well, yeah. I think the thing that annoys me about it is everybody's life is completely different. You
Yes.
don't know what someone is going through. So when you have someone talking into their phone, trying to reach a completely broad audience, telling them the same thing, and it'll work for every single person that I'm talking to in this video, that's just bullshit.
Yeah, or it's like Will Smith being like, work hard.
Okay.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been.
Yeah.
And I don't have a TV show. I don't have, you know what I mean?
Wait, are you just mad at Will Smith?
I'm pretty mad at Will Smith just in general.
All right.
Yeah,
What did Big Willie do to you?
so many things. First of all, I don't know. I guess my problem is I like flawed people. I think flawed people are way more interesting, and I don't necessarily. When I get on Instagram, I don't want to see life coaching stuff. I want to see stuff that takes me out of the world I live in.
Escape.
Right. And I think instead of a life coach, maybe people would benefit more from therapy,
Yeah.
talking to somebody, because that's what it is.
I think the thing is that literally everyone at this point thinks they're some sort of motivator.
Yeah.
That they need, it's their duty, even though they work at Bank of America during the week, it's their duty when they're off to motivate you
It's
to be
their
the
calling.
best. Yeah, to be the best person that you can. It's like, no.
I don't.
Enjoy your life, I'll enjoy mine.
I think there's something, which is why I might not to plug the other How to Become a Terrible Person podcast.
Oh, it's going to be the whole
I know
podcast.
the whole podcast. No, but I like giving people selfish advice. I don't like to give the let's make everything better for everybody. I like what do you need to do for you?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to ask yourself. And if you need to like do some crazy shit to get feeling good, do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Here's my problem. You're a motivational coach, and then here's a message in my stories, and then on my feed, here's a picture of me doing bicep curls. That doesn't motivate me to do anything.
Yeah.
It motivates me to unsubscribe or mute your feed because I'm too embarrassed to unfollow you. Right?
Well, I always say this, like, there are some friends of mine that do that, and in person, they're awesome, but on social media, they suck. And I think we've just gotten to the point where people feel they need to do that. It's like part of society now. It's like, it's not abnormal to do something like that. There's the construction.
I love construction. I guess this
hard left turn.
This is perfect because what you just said kind of leads me into people, the need that people feel to express their anger, what we're doing, venting, whatever.
Maybe people hate bitching too.
Yeah, I mean, here's my issue, and this is I can pinpoint all of my problems for the last 2 weeks into 2 words.
Okay.
Demi Lovato.
Oh boy.
This
Yeah.
is a can of worms for me. I recorded a podcast where I addressed this, and then I decided to delete that podcast because
Wow.
yeah, no good would have come out of that.
Well, let's do the PG-13 version.
yeah, I mean it wasn't X-rated. It wasn't.
Well, I mean,
I wrote erotic.
as far as takes are concerned, maybe it was little.
It was an
R-rated.
erotic fan fiction story of me meeting up with Demi Lovato in a frozen yogurt facility.
I mean, we briefly talked about this, but what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
She used the word triggered,
Uh-huh.
which here's the story. She was at a frozen yogurt, a froyo place for the cool Gen Zers. She was getting froyo with her boba bubbles and her stupid shit that doesn't, it's just get chocolate. You want chocolate, get it. Okay. So she's getting yogurt or about to get yogurt, and she has to walk by the yogurt that says what? Diet or fat free? I can't remember.
Gluten free, sugar free.
But it said diet yogurt or something.
I don't know. I don't know if it said diet. What she said was it's promoting diet culture vultures or something, I think is what she said. But basically what she was saying is to get to the good stuff, you had to walk past the diet stuff, and that was triggering.
Okay. Why?
It's not.
Okay, Joey, I am an alcoholic in recovery. Mm-hmm. I live next door to Albertsons.
You
see where I'm going with this?
I see where you're going now.
You know what I enjoy more than anything else in the world is walking down that liquor aisle and being like, we used to be friends. Like, it's a walk down memory line. It doesn't. Yeah. If I would buy any one of those things, I would be sent down a spiral of addiction and who knows what would happen, right?
You just let me. We talked about this. I want to be there.
When I come out of retirement, I'm calling JB. We're JB Voices.
We're gonna Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, dude. Just burn it down, man.
Let's go.
But I don't say to Caitlin when we walk past that aisle, I need to go home. I'm never shopping here again, because how dare they put something that I can't handle, that I can't control my moderation with. Right. That's offensive to me. That triggers me. No, I would never dream of doing that. I would certainly never dream of saying something publicly where I'm like, I'm triggered by this. And I have an addiction to the thing that they're selling that I could easily buy. She has an addiction to sugar. Who knows? Whatever the deal is. It's like
my biggest issue with that whole thing was, okay, she had an eating disorder. It caused her a lot of problems. Caused her a drug problem. She OD'd. She's been through a lot, but that's not their fault.
Yes, it's not the yogurt shop's fault.
Also, you use your platform to take this place down just for being a normal business.
Millions of people, or I'm assuming millions of people saw that, and there's this social justice warrior thing happening where it's like, as soon as somebody sees something they can get on that isn't being widely talked about in the press, they're like, I'm going to tweet about this. I'm going to be angry too. Yeah. And it's just, no.
And she was promoting a single.
Oh, weird.
Shocker.
Weird. And she got didn't the yogurt place say, hey, let's dial it back a little bit?
Yeah, the yogurt place came out on top here.
Who's the yogurt place? We don't know. That sucks.
I don't know.
That sucks that we don't know the
yogurt
place.
But the last time I looked, like, they gained like 100,000 followers.
Awesome.
And like, you know, people just support.
Yeah, because maybe people boycott.
Maybe the yogurt. Maybe it's a PR thing for the.
Maybe they're
yogurt
working
place.
in tandem with Demi Lovato. Okay, we figured it out.
Smart.
It took us a while, but Demi, good move.
I'm no longer mad.
Yeah, Yogurtland, good move. We tried to do a video shoot with John, Jay, and Rich at Yogurtland one time. And
really?
it was
up to 202?
Yeah, and it was harder to get in to shoot at Yogurtland than it was like celebrity. Like, we went into Luis Gonzalez's house and Yogurtland is like, no, I'm sorry, we can't have you guys in here. It's just yogurt. Maybe yogurt's a bigger deal than I am aware of.
Yeah.
I ran out of steam on this one.
You want to hear something weird about that Yogurtland? I don't even know if I should say this, but
yes. Then yes.
I don't know if I can keep that in there.
That's fine.
Just because I think that person might listen to this podcast. I want to tell that story.
Here's the thing. You got to leave this part in, though, because you have to edit out the story.
Okay.
But leave you being like, I don't think I can tell this.
You know what? I'll give this the thing that I edited out of this podcast. I can't say because it's very sensitive information, and I shouldn't have talked about it. You know what, Rich? This is Rich's podcast. Rich Maurer, not Rich Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
Rich, I will happily
have this
tell you.
Yeah.
In fact, Rich knows this person, I think.
Oh, wow. So this is a juicy scoop.
This is juicy scoop.
Juicy scoop that ties into Yogurtland, man, what we were just talking about. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, Rich will love this.
Yeah,
This is-
we're gonna have to move on.
Can
we cater the podcast to anybody else besides Rich?
Well, here's the thing. I think so.
Okay.
I bought something that I was really proud of myself this week, and it was a very Joey Bradfish, Grant Inman, Bill Inman, Tuck Bradfish type
Bottle
purchase.
of Tito's.
Close. So I made tacos and nachos for Caitlin. I've been doing a lot more cooking. We've been doing a lot more.
Because you live right next to the grocery store.
I
Yeah,
got a Blue Apron this week. Big deal.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
You've really changed your food game up.
Yeah, and I'm feeling better. Weird. It's weird that the things you put in your body actually have an impact on how you feel.
Yeah.
So we were making nachos and burritos the other night, and I did it all up, made all, the refried beans, cut the tomatoes, onions, ground beef with the seasoning, the tortilla, made guacamole, the whole deal.
Damn.
Yeah, shredded Mexican style cheese, that 3 stuff. I make everything. Caitlin gets her plate ready, and she goes, "Do you not have melty cheese?" And I was like,
Velveeta?
like nacho cheese, like the stuff
Oh.
you pour over nachos, like the liquid cheese.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I didn't. I don't.
Oh, I
didn't-
see,
I
I
didn't,
see,
I didn't
yeah,
think
yeah.
to get nacho cheese because I had shredded cheese.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I don't really like nachos without that. And I was like, well, hold the phone, babe. Let me run next door, get some nacho cheese. So my whole plan was to go next door and get a thing of nacho cheese. I go to Albertsons, which is now a minute away. I run across the street, and I'm stoned, but I don't realize how stoned I am.
Mm-hmm.
I forget that I'm in a time crunch, and I'm just doing laps up and down the aisles. I left there with like 3 bags full of stuff. Caitlin's been waiting at home with cold nacho stuff, waiting for nacho cheese.
You're going to go bankrupt.
And I walk in. This is the purchase. It was on sale from $12 to $9. I bought like a 4-pound bag of prunes.
Oh,
And I ate probably the first night like 4 heaping handfuls of prunes.
are you feeling pretty regular right now?
I mean, I'm never not feeling regular.
Okay.
But that was like the nitrous that I needed to get everything going.
A lot of solids?
Just
Oh.
so, yeah, it's pretty, the iTunes reviews they talk about pooping. I'm so disappointed in this podcast. What is this? We got the oh no, Joey just broke everything in the studio. That's
I hope we get sued for that.
yeah.
By
They're like, hey,
Smith & Wesson.
we heard you play the Smith & Wesson. What is that, like an AR? What is that, an AR-15?
It's titled Machine Gun, so
We're big. Is that Machine Gun Kelly?
I think so.
That's amazing. Yeah. So anyway, I bought these prunes, and it was a big day for me. And I was thinking, like, what have you bought, Joey, recently that you've been excited? Because Kayla was like, "How old are you? Are you 75 years old?" I said, "Yes, basically, I am."
Yeah. No, that's true. You know what I discovered through Chanel, my wife, is mochi balls. You know what mochi balls are?
No.
They're like little ice cream balls.
Ooh.
It's ice cream on the inside, but on the outside, it's like fondant.
Oh. So it's like sugary.
It's kind of chewy, like.
Yeah.
But you bite on the inside. Oh, it's really good.
I don't think I've found a new dessert that I've been excited about in years.
I don't like desserts, but like this, it's like just have a mochi ball.
So what do you unwind with? What's your meal ends? Do you not have anything?
Nah.
Wow. No sugar.
No. Mm-mm.
I made a smoothie last night.
Yeah.
When's the last time you had a smoothie? A homemade smoothie?
Actually, last week.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Also, I want to shout out.
Your smoothie fucking sucked.
Dude, damn. Knock my headphones off. I had some people accuse me of going back on my alcohol thing, by the way.
What do you mean?
So I posted some stories this week where I'm hanging out, doing stuff around the new apartment, and I have a bottle sitting on the ottoman, a green bottle, glass bottle, and everybody was like, "Are you drinking again?"
Topo Chico?
No, it was Reed's ginger beer.
Okay.
Apparently, I have
Shit-faced?
Shit-faced, man, a non-alcoholic ginger beer, but it's spicy.
Okay.
It's got a little bite, cleans out your sinuses, but it's refreshing. I don't know.
So were people like concerned, or
Yeah.
were they calling you out?
Like, oh, you sober, huh?
Give me their fucking
That's
handle.
what I said.
Give me their handle.
I heard
We're
that.
gonna make a house call.
I handled it.
You did.
Oh, my favorite part, my new favorite 2021 thing is just straight up blocking people that send me messages like that.
yeah,
don't even-
because there's no point in fighting.
It's so fun. And then they see that it disappears from their inbox. So they're like, ha, you blocked me. It's such a satisfying.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but maybe 2 or 3 old school BTS listeners like in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Block.
Did you see the chick that went after me,
For what?
calling me ugly,
Oh, yeah, dude.
with saying my teeth were fucked up?
Let's see her. What was her picture?
A bot.
A bot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the egg, just like the silhouette.
I hate people.
I just what are you
What
doing?
are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Like, does that give you something?
I think it does. I think it must.
I don't get it. Like, I don't think I've ever shit on anyone
For how
even-
they look or what they're wearing.
or just in general on social media, like a political stance or some hot take, or even if I think they're so fucking wrong and it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, I'm not going to engage.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to win that fight.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to be like, oh, you're right. Because you can't do that online. You can have this conversation in person, but they're also not going to be that way in person.
Do you know
Social media is not real.
my mom though? She's the queen of comments.
Yeah, she's had some hot takes on.
She's been trolling. She's like a master. But she'll send me a message. She'll be like, "Look at this," and she'll like have commented on like Harvey Weinstein's thing, and she'll be like, "You're a real creep, fella." And I'll be like, "You got him, Mom. You nailed that son of a bitch." It's the best. But yeah, it's fun because what's exciting though is how we get a lot of messages, but you do notice the mean ones.
yeah,
So it is kind of fun to me to think that my mom has ruined some famous people's days just by being
that is true.
like, but she's not insulting. She's just kind of a troll.
Kind of passive aggressive.
It's the best. Shout out to Jolene
Jolene
and Bill.
Love her. Miss her.
R.I.P. Yeah.
No.
She's got a new knee, new hip.
Wow.
Yeah, she just finished physical therapy for all you people following along at home. Who've been wanting to know what's going on with
She's
Jolene.
gonna be running that Boston Marathon next year.
That's right. What have you been watching on anything?
We talked about this the other day. Like, I'm at the point where there's so much content that I just search for content for like 2 hours, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna watch something I've seen a million times. And so last night I watched Spotlight again because it's fantastic.
I came in hot the other morning because I just watched The Prestige, and I was like, Joey, oh my god, that part in The Prestige, blah blah blah. And you're like, yeah. And then like an hour later, I was like, you've seen The Prestige, right? You're like, no, never seen it.
Well, I knew it was gonna be why haven't you seen The Prestige? So I was like, I don't want to deal with this right now.
Why haven't you seen The Prestige?
You turn into Bobcat Goldthwait.
or Muppet. We can interview me on the big podcast.
No, and I was gonna watch it last night too,
It's so good.
but I saw it was like 2 hours and 24 minutes.
It's
and
a
I'm like,
it's a Nolan joint.
I don't have that kind of time right now.
I get it, but it's worth. David Bowie plays Nikola Tesla.
Oh, that's right.
And,
yeah.
And what's cool is this is tied into the JJR BTS world. All that portion of the Tesla stuff takes place in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're thank you for visiting Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Neat tie-in.
I visited Colorado Springs. Me
What do
and
you-
Bowie are the same.
What do you do in Colorado Springs?
You go to Pikes Peak.
What's Pikes Peak?
Pikes Peak is this mountain that it has a road on the side. And when I did it, there was no guardrail. So
That's tight.
Tuck Bradfish drove all the way to the top. It's 14,110 feet. I don't know why I remember that, but I do for some reason. But yeah, you drive up and it's like there were certain parts that were gravel and there was no guardrail. But you drive all the way to the top and it's like this, peak.
Were you scared as a kid?
Oh yeah. Because there were bikers, like not like like cyclists. Did I just go
Vespa-ist?
Hey.
Would you still have your Vespa?
Yeah, I haven't turned it on in like 3 months.
It's up on blocks in the garage right now. I'm taking a look under the hood.
They stole my tires.
What? So how often it is peak scooter season though? I feel like summer is coming.
Nah, peak scooter season's winter down here.
Oh my God, can I tell you, related to, remember we had the issue with bird scooters and Uber scooters. They're annoying, they're an eyesore, and then we rode one and they were really
Awesome.
fun. Yeah. But they're fun to complain about when they're everywhere around wherever you live.
Sure.
So I moved out of this place that I lived at for 4 years, and the one day when I was doing move out stuff, my neighbor who had the garage next to me, she pulled up and I was kind of in front of her garage, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, am I in front of your garage?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like total attitude, whatever.
Yeah.
And I literally said it back to her. I go, "Yeah." And then
I know you did.
oh my God, yeah, because
I know.
in non-confrontational, I can turn a non-confrontational situation into an immediately tense situation. So I was like, well, I'm moving out. I don't want her to complain about this guy next to her. So here's what I did. We mentioned the bird scooters, right? There's been 4 just sitting down in our common area for the past 8 months, I feel like. No one has come. They're dead. No one's checked up. Nobody
Throw them
cares.
in the trash.
Did one better.
Okay.
So she has to leave her garage through like a door.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
So what I did was I took, on my last date, literally I locked my door after I walked out of my apartment, and then I took all the bird scooters and I stacked them up in front of her garage door. So when she gets home and pulls into her garage, shuts her garage door, she's going to get out, and there's just this pile. And they're not, I made it so when you open the door, they would fall down. So it's just a mess of scooters. And I didn't
expect nothing less.
I didn't need to see it, but I felt great about it.
Did you spray paint dash ah?
I almost left a note with all AYAH.
Out of magazine clippings.
Yeah.
Like a serial killer.
But then I didn't want to do anything too hardcore.
Okay.
But then the other thing I was doing, I thought it was hilarious because the neighborhood I lived in was fine. You helped me move into that place. It was great, but there was construction the last year and it was insane. Everything was so loud.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah. So when I moved out, my neighbor below me just got a dog, like a big dog. And I know the neighbors that are in the apartment are really annoying. I don't care for the people that were in my building when I left. So every time I'd leave or every time I'd go to do something, I'd knock on like a window, like gun, gun, gun. And the dog would start barking for like a half hour. And I'd just leave.
Wow.
Yeah. Karma. Love up, guys.
Now I know why Jolene's trolling so much. It makes sense. I think she turned you into a little troll.
I think it is in our nature, the Inmans, to be a little trolly.
A little trolly? Okay.
Yeah. How are the pups doing?
Mine?
Yeah.
Good.
Little Louis, did he ever find that eyeball?
Nah.
Still one eye?
The search continues. We just put up posters all over Gilbert.
Did you? I remember you did this in the past, I think. Did you ever put like a little like teddy bear eye, like sticker with the rolly? You did that before, right?
I did, yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Chanel was not happy.
She's like, that's demeaning.
Yeah, and I was like, well, it's demeaning that we even have him, to be honest.
How do you think it feels for me to have a dog with one eye?
No,
I don't even get this one fully loaded.
There's actually a lot going on with the dogs right now because there's a new addition in the house. I didn't tell you about this.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I've
been keeping it secret.
What's the new addition?
We got a Roomba.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're not a big fan of the Roomba.
Until they learn its ways, and then they'll become. Yeah. And then you'll come home and they'll both
be
riding on it. Yeah.
The Roomba rules them.
That's so cool. So when it starts, because it's on like a timer, right?
Yeah, it has a little dock it goes into and then recharges.
Does it start up and they freak out?
Well, I mean, it's loud. Have you ever had a Roomba?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought they would be quieter.
But it's just as loud as a vacuum.
It's not as loud as a vacuum, but it's still pretty loud. Like if you're sitting watching TV and it like comes in and does its thing in front of you, you're like, "What are you doing here, Roomba? Get the fuck out of here!"
Right.
I'm trying to watch The Prestige.
But are you still? Yeah, this is the third time I've started The Prestige, interrupted by this vacuum every time. Is it one of those things though? When you see it, you think to yourself, we're in the future?
Like
the Jetsons.
I kind of feel scared, to be honest. Like I feel like robots are taking over everything. I don't know if I want the Roomba. Maybe I manually want a vacuum.
I
Personally.
like the act of vacuuming.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah. I mean,
But
to do it
I don't ever
sometimes.
do it though, so I guess
I love vacuuming. I love cleaning. So yeah. But also in the same weirdly, you made that addition to your house. I also have we moved in both the cats together and they're separate but equal. And but they are in their own rooms, sections of the apartment. They
So
both
you get a
have-
robot Urkel.
Yeah, they both have their wings of the apartment, and we just got Caitlin. I did an errand for her, and to thank me for the errand, she got me Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which is
It's a mouthful. First
yeah,
off.
but it's basically a remote control version of Mario Kart 8 for Switch, and it turns. It's got a camera on it, but it's a little remote control car, and it turns your apartment into a Mario Kart course. Yeah.
Okay.
And, awesome. She's skittish, my other cat.
Yeah.
The tuxedo cat. She's always freaked out by anything in the apartment. And this has been our bonding thing. It brought us closer together. Like, I thought
Well, that's
what
good.
you're saying with the Roomba, they would be running away from it. But no. Cats love Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
That's good to know.
I mean,
if
it doesn't
you're-
help you in your situation.
Right. But I mean, that's a public service. If you're a cat owner, just know.
And also, if you have $700 extra just lying around to
Yeah.
buy a Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart Live
Yeah.
Home Circuit, couple nice controllers, you should do it.
By the way, why do we say like cat owner, dog owner?
I know.
Isn't that a little demeaning?
Roommate.
Yeah. My roommate.
But
My
here's-
roommate, Larry David.
Here's the thing.
we should start doing
In
that.
2021, I don't think you can make jokes like that because like PC culture would probably come after you somehow for even making the joke cat owner. Like, oh, well, you're demeaning other people and blah. You're like, go fuck yourself.
So you're saying
Just the word.
you shouldn't say owner. That the PC culture would go after that.
They would be just upset that you are even having this discussion. Of course, they're not. You're not their owner.
Oh, yeah, I could see
How
that.
dare you and your intolerance for cats?
Well,
Joey.
hey, PC culture, if you're listening, you heard it here first.
Yeah,
We're trying to get canceled over here.
I'd say trying.
Yeah.
It's happening after
I've been trying for like 4 years on this podcast.
we just leave the yogurt story in. Joey's hot yogurt date. Shout out to Rich if you're still at Rich tuned out like 40 minutes ago.
He threw his phone out the
He's
window.
like, hey, listen,
It's the worst birthday
you know
gift
what's
ever.
funny is what would be funny is if Rich was just bringing it up to you to like have a conversation. He's like, I don't really know how to relate to Joey. You're like, you still doing that podcast?
Oh, what if he did that?
I
And
love
I'm
it.
doing all this work?
Yeah, he's like, I love it, man. Keep up the good work. What you and Kyle and Suzette do. And you're like, I don't think you listen to my podcast.
Yeah.
I love it when they say you think they're talking about for example, somebody called in the John Jay and Rich show and was like, oh my god, I love you guys. I listen every day. And I was
Do you?
cool, great. And they're like, who am I talking to? I'm like, this is Grant. And they're like, Grant, I've never heard Grant on the show.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, you listen every day. You've had to have heard at least a mention. I mean, maybe that's an ego thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
That's
How do you-
okay. That's okay. At least you're honest.
I hang up on everyone who calls who doesn't know who I am. I go, who are you trying to reach? They're like, John Jay and Rich. I go, I've never heard of them. Hang up.
If they don't say, hey, Grant,
I love it.
when you answer the phone.
Do listeners call you JB? Do you get
Yeah,
messages
I've heard that.
where people are like, you get a message, hey, JB?
Yeah.
I get so many.
Usually they refer to me by, well, hey, why isn't the podcast up yet? That's usually what they refer
What?
to me by.
How it's been? We should take an assessment. How we both work together on the morning show. How are you feeling about work and life? Good. We haven't done one of these in a while.
Yeah. We I think we're rolling right now.
We're taking it. We're on ecstasy as we're recording this.
Yeah, the ratings are fantastic. So thank you for everybody that's listening. Ratings are fantastic. You know, we added a new addition, Peyton.
Who?
Peyton.
Oh, I haven't met her yet.
Yeah. She doesn't really like to come in your room, even though we share the same room. She's like, it's like the Sixth Sense. She doesn't exist.
I love to come in my room. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think Rich is gonna like that.
Yeah.
joke.
Hey, Rich, what's up? That was
Yeah.
for you, bud. He's like, I love it when Grant makes cum jokes.
Hey, can I make a confession?
Yes.
I'm getting I'm about to fall asleep. Been here since 3:00 in the morning. Joey, phase of my day, and I feel like I'm gonna tell another story like I did about the yogurt thing earlier. So I think we should stop here.
Well, I'm starting to get that.
Starting to get drowsy.
I'm starting to get that warmness down in the,
So the prunes are working right now.
I was trying to figure out a way to say it that it wasn't saying that warm butthole feeling. Where I feel like we're minutes away from disaster.
Launch.
Yeah. Well, dude, no, I'm also very tired. I was worried. Like, I made eye contact with you one point, and I was like, I wonder how Joey's doing. And then I forgot what we were talking about while I was in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah.
So
See, yeah.
this is good.
It's good time stuff.
This is what
We don't know Rich shit.
Yeah, Rich. There's too many Riches.
You know.
We need to. Rich Barra is Rich 1, Rich 2,
Yeah. Well,
Rich Maurer.
I mean, I'm closer with Rich Maurer.
So he's Rich 1.
He's Rich 1. Yeah. He could be Rich 2 for you. And then
Okay.
we won't get
Yeah.
confused.
But then I'll have to know when I refer to Rich 2, I'm referring to your Rich 1. It's
Yeah.
a whole fucking thing now.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Rich. Happy birthday. Thanks for ruining the podcast.
I think we're just going to change his name to Diane or something.
Diane, the truck driver, you're on the line. Hey. Yeah, I'm good. Dad Joey Bradfish on all the social media.
Dad Joey Bradfish?
Dad Joey Bradfish. Dad ass Joey Bradfish.
See, I quit at the right time. I know what I'm doing.
He's on social media.
Nah.
He's very active. You can see pictures of his garden, his yard, his scooter, his wife, his dogs, and you can follow me.
You end with his wife.
Yeah, and his wife, Chanel. I'm at Pomo and Kitsch. Follow me wherever. I don't care. And at John J. and Rich, right?
Yeah. Big show next week, huh?
Is it?
Teachers Appreciation Week. We're going to do a very special Misconnections on Monday, and then we've got some other stuff for Mother's Day that we're working on. Hopefully it pans out, but it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to help do a nice love up moment. So be listening. Tune in.
Hot air balloon rides for every listener.
877-937-1047. Call us anytime.
Yeah, and chances are you'll talk to
JohnJRich.com.
JohnJRich.com. Follow John J. Van Ness on Instagram. Hey, John J., what's up? He's listening. He listens every week, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Every week. He tunes in.
He's definitely not here.
He's like, hey, guys, when's your next JJR BTS podcast?
Yeah,
I noticed Joey's headphones weren't up. And I was like, how did that go out? All right. Hey, Joey. Have a great week.
Hey, you too, man. Thanks for chatting today.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by Prunes, Yogurtland,
and Rich Maurer.
RichMaurer.com.